All right. So, the clues so far, as to recap here. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. The mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez's employer, is a certain Miss Natasha Katsenko. The employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ibn Wessler. I'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has very good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Good old Filmar must know something about Natasha that could be important for the case, but he won't talk until I meet her. He seems a bit nervous. It must be something really significant. Ibn's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. Natasha is afraid, and her fear is genuine. But she isn't telling me everything regardless, and I don't like it. Natasha has invited me to her weekend house to show me something. In any other situation, I would be glad about it. But in this case, I'm worried. The threat, or rather the threatening word in the message sent to Natasha, is simply whore. It's brief, but says a lot regardless. I only recognized a few names on the list Filmar shoved into my hand, but all of them belong to the respected elite of Clawville. It could be a wedding roster, but I doubt that's the case. So that's where we are. It's a good synopsis of what's going on. So we got contacted by Deborah Ibanez, who is an assistant to Natasha Katsenko. She said she fears for Natasha's life. Ibn Wessler, the rat, is dating the cat, Natasha. And he's a super high up gangster. He gave her the Tsar Club as a gift. The Tsar Club is basically like a jazz club. Filmar is a private eye. He's a dick. Friends, we've been friends for a long time. He's also been hired to investigate the case, but something scared him, and he kind of lost interest, or he stopped investigating. We're not sure who's doing the throwing of the or painting those words yet, but hopefully we'll find out. And we got, this is the key to the house. The key to the weekend house. I got my gun, my last smoke, and my badge, which is fake, because I'm not on the police force as of right now. I've got my whiskey, my Golden Eagle whiskey, flyer for the Tsar Club, and this list of prominent names in town. So a lot of clues, not a lot of fucking answers. And this is my partner, Marty McChicken. So, this is the lady who hired me. She works for Natasha. Marty is my partner. Lewis is a friend of mine. He's the landlord of the building, the hotel building I live in. Archibald is a bouncer for the Tsar Club. Filmar is the private eye, my friend. Ibn is the gangster that's dating Natasha. Olivia is the assistant to Ibn. Phyllis and Royce are just asshole cops that I hate. Bosco's another cop that I get along with. Monica is an angel sent from heaven, but she's also the secretary at the police, or I don't know if secretary is the right word, but she is what I think she is. She's secretary at the police station. Mort is an old fucking gangster. We saw him at the police station. Blood Boil is my chief of police. Dr. Bubo we have not met yet. Gabriel's a thug, a tough for Ibn. He works for Ibn Wexler. And Zip is an old, long-time crook, gone possibly straight. And he owns a cafe, the Hop Dog, that has the best coffee and shitty food. Now you're caught up. Yeah. And one of the cool mechanics of this game is if you hear about somebody, you'll draw a sketch in your book, but when you meet him, you get an actual picture. So I've heard about him, but I've never met him. So that's why he's a sketch and not a picture. He or she. I guess Dr. Bubo could be he or she. Come Sugar, thank you for the 13 months. Baker's dozen months of your sweet face. Many more to come. Thank you. Just FYI, Zeke, Ibn is sort of like Vaughn in German. Yeah, Ibn is used a lot in Arabic, right? Or something Middle Eastern. Like, doesn't it mean like of somebody? Like I am Zeke, Ibn, whoever came before me, Ibn. Yeah, there you go, son of. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm familiar with that. Okay. So, there's the weekend house. Now the hourglass means it's time sensitive. So I can only do it now because it's bonus content basically. Means I'll miss it if I don't go to it in a timely fashion. So.
Ooh, a nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
Wait, it's like we haven't done this already. We've already done this.
This quiet. You know, I understand why Zip escaped here when he got out of his shady dealings.
It's not possible to get all the way out, Marty.
What? So, you also stay a cop even after retirement?
Every cop stays a cop. It burns itself into you.
That's
thank you.
Good to know. So am I gonna stay a cop forever?
Sorry, Marty.
No, that's that.
Thank you for making that, Scott. And Chantihi's got her own streamer command.
The Hive. City of insects. More like a ghetto.
I hope we never investigate there again.
We won't, Marty. This is our last job.
Don't say that, boss.
The Hive.
Okay.
We won't.
Don't say that.
All right.
No matter how big the city is, Marty, I feel more and more like I'm living in prison.
Hey, it's not too late to skip off, boss. You only have 121 days left, right?
120. Then, retirement.
So, what's keeping you?
I don't know. I could have left even earlier. But the city won't let me go.
You're afraid of change, huh?
Everyone's afraid of change on a certain level. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. The city just keeps pulling me back. If it wasn't for this case, I could have drunk myself to death.
Even the afterlife is better than Clawville.
Sometimes I think that.
I think you're beyond help, boss.
Yep. All right.
If you gaze into the city will gaze into you.
Okay.
If you get into gaze in the city gaze will get into you.
If you gaze into
Sorry.
Oh,
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny. Am I a broken down old car too?
Ah, is that the Kite and Blues?
I think so. It has a unique sound to it, that's for sure.
I'd like to visit the Hive again, when things lighten up a little.
Yeah, and when they welcome cops again.
Yeah, right.
So this guy doesn't talk.
Everything all right, old man?
If there's something we can do for you, just say so, okay?
Well, all right.
Hey, old man. Everything all right? Any trouble?
Still nothing.
Wow. Nice, guys. Pretty shy for a fly guy. Pretty fly for a fly guy.
Hey, old man. Everything all right? Any trouble?
Okay.
Still nothing.
Same stuff. So Zeke stands would work with the attachments, but the screens are too heavy and pitched forward. Base isn't wide enough. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna have to come over. Maybe come over tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not working. I'm taking tomorrow off, so come on over tomorrow sometime and maybe we'll rummage through some shit and try and find that stuff for you.
Praise be unto you, O great neon god.
Hallowed be thy name, and thy pancakes.
Amen.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving. He just looked into me.
At least it was just a dream for you. I always feel like he's following me with his gaze, even now as we speak.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving.
Okay.
This makes the bile rise in my waddle.
Yeah, me too.
This makes the bile...
Okay.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city, had to end up here, huh?
Hello to you too, Zip.
I love
How's it
Zip's
hanging?
voice.
I had no problems, until now.
Ah, don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal. We'll be as fast as a hummingbird.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar bear.
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh my God, there's a new guy. The Seagull. Who is this guy?
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
A
Sniffing some
reporter.
juicy story.
I think I still owe him a great big left hook.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him, I wanted to punch him in the face.
I can understand that.
We don't have to talk to him, right?
Impossible to avoid, Marty. Not if he hasn't gone blind or deaf since we last saw him. Timothy Saltwater is the meddler journalist of the Clawville Chronicle. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but unfortunately, he's a huge fan and the architect of the chicken police legend.
Ah, okay. So this is the guy who's responsible for making us, you know, a known entity in this town.
Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a pleasure to see you. Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway. I'm always where the story is.
Mm-hmm. And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The chicken police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working. We're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that, boys.
You'll have to, Tim.
Is that tie
Yeah, we'll
like,
see
is the
about
top of
that.
that tie like made of Velcro? It looks like he's just sticking to his feathers.
Is that rag you work for still around, Tim?
You mean the most read and highest ranking newspaper of the city, the Clawville Chronicle?
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
I see that you still have your famous sense of humor, Sonny. Such a joy.
Yeah, I do.
Anything else?
So, how about you tell me what you're really doing here?
Not a chance, Timbo. The truth is, we're already leaving.
Sorry, pal. Maybe next time.
So, how about you tell me...
Okay.
Gods, he's in even worse shape than the last time we saw him.
Well, Marty, aging is like that. And while we're at it, looks like you've put on a few pounds.
What? Who, me? Don't make me laugh. I weigh exactly the same as I've always done.
Yeah, sure.
I think they should measure their weight in buckets. Kind of like stones, but for chickens. All right, so here's the scoop on... Where is he? Next page? There he is. Timothy Saltwater, Seagull. Loud, annoying, and overly enthusiastic. And unfortunately, he's the #1 fan of the chicken police. Scribbler Tim, real name Timothy Saltwater. He is a douchebag, a real nosy bastard, and an annoying little shit. But still, I have to admit, he's the best investigative reporter in Clawville. Back in the day, he had a big part in the chicken police becoming what we were for a long time. Real stars cops. What a weird word that is. Real stars cops. Okay.
I can see we're not particularly welcome.
I wonder why.
I can see we're...
So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by all this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it His Majesty Hobart Ibn Wessler, the Rat Prime himself?
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just because I don't know anything.
Course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
What's up, Zip? Quiet night, I see. And what's Timothy doing here?
That's exactly what I asked him when he wound up here. But yeah, he's a regular nowadays. He must be sniffing some kind of story about the hive.
About the riots? Have they reached here already?
I ain't seen nothing. More cops around, yeah, as you can see for yourself.
We're not on duty, Zip.
It's still the same. A cop's a cop. A lot come by, but besides beating up bugs, nothing much happens.
It will, Zip. I can sniff it in the air.
If you say so, Sonny, your sense of smell is better than mine.
Maybe once.
Is it? Are chickens' sense of smell better than raccoons?
Huh? What more do you want?
Is it forbidden to stand around at your place?
Go stand around somewhere else in the city.
Okay. Oh, substring must be... Oh, at least 3 characters. Oh, okay. Alright.
Huh? What more do you want?
Alright. Let's question him. Let's ask him about fancy whiskey.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell. Who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers. I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
We also ran into Filmar,
Filmar? Who's that?
a grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
You mean Marlowe?
Was Marlowe. Now he goes by Filmar Lowe.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us something that could mean something. Look at this, Zip.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
All right, Zip.
We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that. Nothing else.
Thanks, Zip, but we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right?
Let me interrogate his ass.
Do you remember that time when Zip made you wash dishes all night?
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. My feathers smelled of soap for a week.
At least you've learned your lesson. Never leave home without your wallet.
Because your partner won't help you out. But hey, wasn't it you who went out to buy a pack of smokes without your wallet tonight?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, right. While you distract Zip, I'm gonna sneak in and steal his secret magic coffee recipe.
Marty, you watch too many espionage movies.
What? There's no such thing as too many. Especially if it's starring Cassidy Lupus.
It's never
Marty.
Lupus.
Yeah?
I don't care. Nothing interesting in there. Even if there is, I don't want to know.
Okay.
I wouldn't eat here if my life.
Yep, we've seen that.
Wise word.
Okay, we've seen those.
I used to think a lot about what makes Zip's coffee so unique.
And?
I decided I didn't want to know.
I totally understand you, Sonny. We all need a little mystery in our lives.
I didn't mean that. I was afraid if I knew what was in it, I'd never want to drink it again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You don't want to see how the sausage is made. I get that. That's totally fair.
Do you think it's fresh?
I doubt anything's fresh in here.
Do you think it's fresh?
Okay. And there's a real, an actual jukebox here. Oh my God. There's more songs. Oh, I bet it fills up with songs for all the locations you visit. Okay. It's a new one. Shady Figures at something. Have you ever been with kind of crap thing is you gotta, like, once you leave, it doesn't, the music doesn't stay on. All right. So we just got out of the Clawville PD. We did this. I think we did all the Clawville stuff, right? Pretty sure. We talked to those assholes. We talked to them. Yep. Okay. No talking to them. Yeah. And I can only talk to Phyllis. I can't talk to the other one.
Well, keep up the good work, boys.
Or this hanging?
Right.
Thanks, chickens.
Okay. I guess we're moving on to the Weekend House.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
Shut up. Oh my god, another colored thing. So we have red and now yellow. Okay. I'm sorry, thing of color. My bad. I'm trying to keep up with the times.
Chicken police, hands up.
Marty, that's enough.
Chicken police.
That's it? Okay.
Marty, that's enough.
All right.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
All right. Now, if I was a good detective, I might say like that doesn't say, it might not say whore. It might say who are ye? Like it's asking a question. Who are ye? Oh, there's green. Yeah, her eyes were green. That's right. Or they didn't get to finish. It's the contraction. Who are you talking to? Who are you going to the movie with? Who are you? Who? But we haven't met the owl yet, so I'm guessing that's not it.
You wrote that down?
It burned into my mind.
You wrote that down?
Okay.
It burned into...
All right. Anything else besides the shoe? Shoe time.
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Papa DeLockin, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Looking good, Zeke. Well, thank you. I feel good. I'm feeling good. Okay.
Should we take it?
Hell no. I'll buy you one if you want. This is police business.
Do you mean the real cops? Do you think...
I'm almost certain my crest is tingling.
Damn it. Well, thank God I have a weapon on me, or two.
When do you not have one?
Fair point.
Stop staring at it. You're freaking me out.
Okay, I just like shoes.
Furry hell, Marty. I don't want to know. Stop staring at...
Okay. Last thing, I think, is just to go inside. Here we go.
Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
His shotgun.
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
What, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
See? They say fuck, but sometimes they say cluck. I wonder if cluck means something different. What did I just walk into? Well, sit down. I think you're gonna enjoy it.
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
Turn around.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures.
Here we go. Oh, I actually. Oh Oh my God! It's Miss Ibanez!
She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful, almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city, but in the end, its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
God, I love those little noir speeches.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah, the girl who came to my office.
I figured, but what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them.
Amen to that.
All right. Deborah's dead, and the word whore is written on her back, too. We found Deborah's body in Natasha Katsenko's weekend house, naked, with a message on her back. Natasha Katsenko's weekend house. It stands in the cleanest and most separated quarter of the city in Flowerville. I'm curious about what she's hiding there. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe sneezing soon happening. Nope, went away.
This must be Natasha's family.
Wealthy.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre, but I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty. Look at those clothes. Could it be a military family?
Maybe. Or
You
Stavonian
think?
fashion.
Your intuition always astounds me, Marty. What would I do without you?
And there you go.
Did the killer rip her ass open? Wow, Gregarious Fister. What is going on in your fucking head, dude?
We can't take it with us, but remember what you've seen.
Yes, sir, Boss Bird, sir.
What are you trying to tell me, Natasha?
Okay.
It's an exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion.
Oh, yeah, that's her tail. She's a white-tailed deer.
Nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's an award.
What is this exactly?
A human. Mythical creature.
Ah,
Quite the cult in Iveria. The whole country's full of these statues.
Does it mean anything?
They say humans are the keepers of secrets and the messengers of chaos and destruction.
You don't think...
Let's take a closer look.
oh, she's not a deer. She's an ibex. Excuse me. But you get the idea.
Molly loved things like this.
How about this one here goes missing and,
Don't even finish that sentence, Marty. Molly loved things like this.
how about...
Don't even...
Okay.
Does this fireplace seem as suspicious to you as it seems to me, Marty?
It looks like it's never been used.
And the place has radiators in every room, meaning there's central heating.
Then why the fireplace? For decoration?
That's a
It's
good
not
eye.
like Natasha, and Ibn doesn't have enough money for that.
Good eye,
But
Sonny.
you're right. I don't think it's just for show. Does this fireplace seem... And the place...
Then why the...
It's not...
Okay. Phone?
We should call the department. Anonymously, of course.
Do you still remember the number? I haven't called my own workplace in
555
years.
111.
Cretin. Of course I remember. 555-111.
Is it? Since when?
Since they invented the telephone.
Yeah, of course. No, I knew that. I was just testing you.
Yeah, right.
Hold on. We'll use the phone in just a second. I haven't examined the body yet. All right, here we go.
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is.
Wait. Nope, hold on. New item. There we go. Wait a minute. It says there's 2 new items.
SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from. SN. Come to death. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway.
All right. Here we go. The human is a mythical creature appearing in many stories and legends. Usually it appears as a wise creature, a keeper of secrets, but it also has a dual nature because chaos and destruction follow in its wake. According to most, the essence of its symbolism lies in the fact that certain secrets require a substantial price to be paid. By uncovering these secrets, we bring a curse upon ourselves. Some believe humans are the messengers of Vatiti, the god of nothingness, and usually depict them as angels with wings. SN, right?
SN.
Okay. SN. No S, no N. Okay. No S's or N's. All right.
The message. Here, too.
Yes, but this isn't about Deborah, and wasn't meant for her.
It was meant for Natasha.
Obviously.
What have we gotten ourselves into, Sonny?
I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of it as soon as possible.
What up, Raven89? Welcome to the channel. Always good to have new people here.
I really shouldn't be here, you know? It's New Year's Eve. I should be out partying, not dealing with this shit.
Well, it's a little late for that. I told you it was going to be a rough ride.
What you told me was it's gonna take a few hours, and it's practically nothing.
And you believed me.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
There you go.
Poor girl. How old was she? 20? 25?
Yeah, something like that.
Thanks, Raven.
What are we gonna do about her?
Nothing. We can call the police. Anonymously, of course. Poor thing.
Poor thing. Okay. Nothing. Okay.
Clawville PD, how can I help you?
I found a corpse. A woman. She's dead.
Oh,
Cold.
why'd you have to use
The
that funny
address
voice?
is Rochester Street, 37, Flowerville.
Sir, please, would you repeat that?
Rochester Street, 37. Write it down and hurry up for the sake of the wild ones. Hurry, hurry.
Like a pro.
Yep, like I've done it before.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot.
How can you forget a case like that? How many times have you seen a three-headed monkey in your life?
Oh
I
my
have a better way of
God.
chicken, you know?
That's for sure. Now
Wow,
let's get
the
hell outta here.
reference. Very nice. All right. That's Lewis. Okay, Lewis isn't answering. Okay. This is the Czar Club. See if the Czar Club answers. Nope. Nope, wrong one. Nope, wrong one. God damn it.
We stepped into it.
I wish I could zoom in on him, but I can't. All right. 390427. 410612. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Let me just see, like who. Oh wait, SN. Here we go. SN. Daniel Sandex, Lovecraft, Cameron, Thomas Banker, Basil Rutherford, Samuel Russell, almost Madison Lupin. Oh, Blackwing. I know Blackwing. There's Dr. Phillip. No SN in there. Is that 381209? For Blackwing? I mean, it could be US, right? Yeah. What is the... What's the numeric for you or SN? A... So let's see. 19. 19 for S. And for you, it's 21. Oh, you is 21. N. There we go. It's 14 for N. And 19. And I can't like combine
We stepped
shit.
into it, didn't we?
I can't combine anything. Three. Yeah, I can't read it. I can't read it. 381209. Let's just try that. Yeah, I'm guessing we'll be able to look at that paper more closely later. They wouldn't have made it so small if they wanted it to be read like right now.
Well, keep up the good work, boy.
All right.
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
Make it quick, boys. I'm busy.
Nope.
Well, do.
Oh, shit. Okay. Maybe we're just supposed to leave and come back?
Stop staring at it. You're
Okay.
freaking me out.
Finally got a new job after being laid off in August. Reached up to Zeke again and told myself first thing I'd buy was a new chair going for the Herman Miller. Yeah, I love the Herman Miller, man. Lime Nate, thank you for the 34 months, by the way.
Does this fireplace seem as... And the place has...
Then why the...
It's not like... Does this fireplace... And the
Okay.
place has...
I called the cops. They didn't show up.
There's nothing else. Poor thing.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Damn.
Whoa,
Just like in the
shit!
adventure books. Rich animals are all insane.
You have a
I
point.
played these kind of games before.
Oh, you can't be serious. Is this some kind of...
Yeah, it's a riddle, Marty.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why use something as simple as this when a 4-digit number is almost impossible?
An idle whim, or the riddle has a meaning?
Maybe. 4 animals into 4 places. What does it represent?
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hands?
The badge! The police badge! Let's see. Impala. She's an Impala, not an Ibex. Excuse me. Deborah Ibanez is an Impala. Aha! So it's a lion, a fox, if I remember correctly, a sheep, a lion, a fox, a sheep, and a bird, but the sheep and the bird might be, the symbols might be switched. I think it might be a bird. Maybe it's a lion and a wolf. Maybe these are switched. Pretty sure there was a sheep. All right, I'll go look. I'll go look.
Honor, strength, and
Pigs.
It
It's a
is
very beautiful.
yeah, it is.
Oh, the lion and the fox are down below. So it's a pelican, sheep, lion, fox. Okay. There we go.
Hello there. What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of the painter? Yeah, I can't make it out. It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us. It's a piece of a
FK in the coffee.
SN.
So a piece of a painting? That's it? And what's that smear on it?
It's too illegible to be a signature. It could be anything.
Well, maybe Natasha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
Well, that's if we find her. She should be here by now.
True. Well, then what's next? How about we peck around town some more?
We could do that, but I think we should gather what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office?
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right
Yeah.
answer.
New location. Wait, that's a new location? Oh. Oh, Mullen's newsstand is a new location. Oh, okay. There we go. Mullen's newsstand is a tiny kiosk in the heart of the Calavera Hills. It's small, almost invisible, but hides one of the most crucial things in this shithole. Knowledge. Knowledge. Okay. Map.
Should we say hi to the old beaver?
Sure. Mullen is an old friend, so he certainly deserves a hello, and we do need information.
Cocks and beavers, man.
You people know as much about Clawville as the old wood chomper. An encyclopedia in the flesh.
Yeah, he always has something.
All right. Taking a look at this beaver, what kind of voice do you think this beaver's gonna have? Think it's gonna be like uber nerd, like like a New York Jewish Yiddish kind of an accent, like a Woody Allen kind of a thing? I think it's gonna be like, yeah, like Coming to America, like a stereotypical like. All right, I'll try the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha! Aha! Oh, what do you know from funny? Whoops. Okay.
Mullen's car. Ancient, but kind of beautiful. Like the old beaver himself.
Oh, like Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters? Oh, so like a low monotone, kind of robotic-ish kind of a voice?
The taxi company for the upper class only. Politicians and gangsters.
Oh, for an Al Pacino voice? I'm a fan of man! I'm a humanist. Maybe the last one. Coming up, the millennium, baby. Round 20. Dead Silent Night. Meredith H. Marble. A chicken police story. Love it. Now, is that a collectible or do I... Yeah, I don't put it in here. Oops. Yeah, okay. All right.
Some things are indestructible, right?
Yeah. Mullen's kiosk's been here since I was a little chick. My old man used to drive here from the other side of town for his daily papers.
Yeah, many still do. He certainly is something.
Mullen's a wizard from a forgotten age.
Yeah, kind of. This newspaper booth has been standing here for more than 100 years. It was always run by the Mullen family, like some strange monument to a forgotten age.
If I was 20 years younger, I'd take a flamethrower to this place. Hooah!
The Clawville Chronicle, the most read and probably the most biased newspaper in the city. It's supposed to be a royalist rag, but the separatist overtones are getting stronger and stronger every day.
Wow. That sounds about right.
Chandler's used to be quite a prestigious cafe. Magnificent animals had breakfast here, and in the evenings, philosophers and writers would get drunk together and argue. The place is now just a second-hand bookshop, just a shadow of its former self, like so many things in this city, like me.
All right, let's see. Anything else? Oh.
Murdoch and Falcon is a famous law firm in Clawville, run by a blind bat and a bird-brained falcon. I had a chance to travel in one of these once. I was being taken to my own execution, but that's another story.
Sounds like a good story.
They had some big-time cases that helped make their name. I hope I'll have the opportunity to work with them in the future. They had some big-time... I had a chance to... Seems like the kiosk is still a good business. Seems like the...
Okay. Piggy Diggy Lottery. Do you feel lucky as this fella?
I wonder if they've got the entire Chicken Police series. Not that I give a cluck, of course. But... I wonder if... The Chronicle either... We're getting older and older, and Mullen's not changing a bit. Where's the justice in that?
He's just eternal.
Like an ancient god or something. Or the personification of the city.
What a lovely thought. But if the city took shape, it would most likely be some kind of vermin.
Yeah, true. But that wasn't very politically correct, coming from you, pal.
Hey, you know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I
What up,
know,
Ryu?
Marty. You're too good for this world.
Aw, thanks, boss.
It wasn't a compliment, Marty. Mullen never closes his kiosk, not even on New Year's Eve. Hey, Hercule. What's up, old friend?
Hello, me lads. It's good to see you. What are you doing around here where you never see a cat go by?
That is
We're
nowhere
working,
near.
Uncle
We're
Mullen,
all way
just
off.
like you. But I'm afraid we're also walking a little bit outside the law.
But it's New Year's Eve. Couldn't it wait a bit? Whatever the case is, it can't be that serious.
I'm afraid it is. Maybe you can help us with a few things. After all, you know everyone in the city.
What a compliment. But of course I'll help if I can. I know you ever since you appeared in the city. Young, fresh, full of ambition. And little Marty had been just
Marty.
a chick when he was already coming here every day with his daddy, hey? You're like me sons, so you are.
Aw,
So
thanks,
yar.
Uncle Mullen.
What's up, old man? Is everything all right?
Me bones are creaking. Me eyesight's getting more and more blurry, and sometimes I hear sounds that aren't even there. I think I'm getting old. Or maybe I've gone crazy already, but the old ticker's still ticking. So, here I am.
Ah, it's good to still have an old familiar spot in the city.
Nothing lasts forever, boys. So, what is this dirt you've ended up in again, eh?
Just a simple case, strumming personal strings. That's why I couldn't refuse it. You know the tune.
Yeah. Same old song, eh?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yo, Spoon Man, 44 months subbing, yeah. Thank you, Spoon Man. Welcome back. Also, Slaith. Nice. Nice resub. Nice.
So, what is it you want to know? I'm at your service, my lads.
Thanks, old pal. Let's see.
All right. Asking about Ibn Wessler.
Ibn's a ruthless gangster, that's for sure, but he's not bloodthirsty or stupid. You're not in danger until you're in his way, and that's not so easy to manage as the whole city's in his hands.
How come they never tried to approach you, Uncle?
What? Of course they tried. They wanted to buy the whole area and build some huge parking garage on it. Mongrel Mick, Ibn's #1 thug, came here and threatened me more than once. If I hadn't dug me heels in, the others would have sold up. The lawyers behind me, even Biff, the owner of Chandler's. But I told them, over my cold
Dead carcass.
Oh, looks like it worked.
I'm too much for him, lads. Or I'm just too famous around here to get rid of. We could say Ibn's almost almighty, but he avoids scandal like rats avoid fire.
That's a good one.
I'm a poor nobody, my lads, but my name still carries meaning. This place has always belonged to my family. If my dead body had been found here or in the Times, it would have caused a scandal, even without any evidence. So, he usually listens to
The
reason.
Times is the river.
When I
I'm
talked
guessing
to
a
him
play on the
tonight, he
Thames.
seemed confused, dissolute, and impetuous to me.
That's uncharacteristic. Are you sure it was him?
Are you joking? Ibn Wessler's not usually confused with anyone else.
Of course I'm joking. Beaver humor, you know? Nobody gets it. Not even the beavers.
Good one again.
Hey, Martin, my lad, what's up? How's that beautiful wife of yours?
Laura's perfectly fine, thank you.
It's crazy you could grab an amazing woman like her, son. Are you blackmailing her with something?
Ah, I missed your famous beaver humor.
I'm just messing with you, son. Anyway, you look good. You're in good shape. You look more like a turkey than a rooster, if you ask me.
Thanks.
This is priceless. Thanks, Hercule. We'll be back again soon.
Yeah, sure will.
Oh, there's the River Thames, River Thames, the River Thames, right? There's two rivers with similar names like that. And this city is kind of amalgamation of like New York, London, Paris. Like it's kind of like a combination of just, I'm guessing, big cities. But since they're speaking like, well, I see most of the accents are U.S. accents. I would say New York City. Mo Noel, thank you for the 23 months. What do you know about Monica? Just Monica. That's the secretary from the police station.
Nice girl. She used to come here for a while, but I think she moved downtown.
Yeah, she's the poster girl for workaholism. She lives in an apartment across from the PD, but sleeps at the station, if she sleeps at all.
Some animals just race and race through the years of their life until someone stops them and makes them wind down.
Is there someone like that waiting for everyone?
Indeed there is, somewhere. Usually not where we're looking for them.
Yeah, right.
What do you know about? It says Hercules Mullen, but he called him like Hercule, like Hercule Poirot. I'm wondering if that like is on purpose.
How's Desiree?
Desiree?
She's
Okay,
still
never
beautiful,
mind.
And she's still my wife, and I still don't get why she hasn't left me already.
Because she's too much like you stubborn old dam builder.
You see, you're right about that, sonny boy.
And, the cubs?
Cubs? More like jumbo cubs. Johnson's a hotshot lawyer in Galadia, and Timmy also left Clawville to try his luck in Grassmore. But who could blame them?
Good move.
Ah, yeah, but they visit me often, though. They're good kids.
I know, pal. They're from a good litter.
If you say so, sonny.
I like his little pot belly too. It's very endearing. Fubber with the 20 months. Welcome back, Fubber.
You know anything about a woman named Natasha Katsenko?
Sonny boy, what have you gotten yourself into again? That lass is Ibn Wessler's protege, to put it politely. She's the crown jewel of the city, a shining new star. If you dare talk to a gal such as her, you can expect some serious lead poisoning, me boy.
Well, I suppose I should have come to you first for advice. Doesn't matter now. We're in it, Uncle. Up to our combs.
If you'll accept the advice of an old shaggy beaver, get to the end of it as quickly as you can, and try to make it out with all your feathers.
Yeah, that's the plan. But do you know anything about her? Anything, interesting?
As I've heard, Natasha is quite a mysterious lass. She came from the Stavonian Tsardom and fled to Clawville, but from what? No one knows. Some years of her life are shrouded in mystery, and that rarely means good.
You're right about that. So, that's your advice? Be careful?
At least, sonny boy. And one more thing.
What's that?
Never fall in love with a woman like her.
Thanks, Hercule. I wasn't planning to.
Nobody plans to,
Hercule.
sonny. Just take care of each other, okay? And always carry a good gun in your pocket.
Oh, I always have one in every pocket, old-timer.
I know, Martin. I know.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Shit, the bear on
No, I can't. I gotta keep that one.
And there was much rejoicing.
I can probably get rid of that one. Look at this! Oh, goddamn! I gotta keep that one. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me... Where's the... There we go. Options. Audio. Damn it! Can't turn off the music. Okay.
You know anything about a woman named Natasha Katsenko?
Sonny boy, what have you gotten yourself into again? That lass is Ibn Wessler's protege, to put it politely.
Well, I suppose
If you'll accept the advice of an old shaggy beaver, get to the end of it as quickly as you can.
Okay, hold on.
Advice of an old shaggy beaver.
Let me just make sure I got this clip right. Top right. There we go.
To an old shaggy beaver. 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 An old shaggy beaver.
There we go. That's a good one. That's what we got.
An old shaggy beaver.
Or
Nice cock.
there we go. We got. I love it. Okay.
So, what is it you...
Thanks, old pal.
All right, we're good. We got everything we're gonna get out of that guy, but we need to look in our... No new clues. But we got new paper. All right. Hercule Mullen, Beaver. Old and full of secrets like the city itself. Mullen is an old comrade from before the times of the chicken police. So, from terribly long ago. I used to call him Uncle Mullen even when I was just a fresh patrolman, even though he's only a couple years older than me. He represents many things I wanted to become. Honest, wise, always cheerful. Mullen knows almost everything about everyone worth knowing. We should use this to our advantage. Old Mullen's kids flew out of the nest a long time ago, but he's eternal and unstoppable, just like some kind of ancient rock this city is built upon. There we go. Grassmore is a savanna country that had been one of the colonies of Clawville for 2 centuries before gaining its freedom in 792. Grassmore is mostly inhabited by peaceful herbivore animals of exotic species. Alright. Now where? Next place. Oh, I can go back to this art club. Let's go back to this art club. You bet.
So what are we doing here again, Sonny?
I don't know. Maybe we could question Natasha.
Do you think she's here?
Who knows, Marty?
Thank you for the
We'll
reminder to
see.
save.
There's Philmar. Maybe he knows something.
Yeah, maybe he's not drunk as a skunk.
Stop projecting onto others, old chicken.
Ah, shut the clock up, Marty.
No, I'm sorry I hurt your precious feelings, Boss Bird. Tonight, maybe we'll be on the front page once again.
Oh, God forbid.
Moonlight Boulevard.
If you say so, Mr.
Laugh all you want, but believe it or not, very few have seen.
I would never...
Okay.
If this car's still here, and Wessler's already gone, that means it's not his car.
It's like your first day as a detective. You didn't consider that he could have multiple cars?
Huh, you could be right.
Sometimes I think you breathe in too much gun smoke, Marty.
But I love the smell so much.
What do you love the smell of?
An old shaggy beaver.
Oh, really? Okay. Or is it, do you like the smell of a,
Nice cock.
Those are both good smells.
Don't get me wrong, boss, but I saw how that song affected you.
What song?
Stop playing innocent, Sonny. Natasha's song, it made you freeze. I've never seen you like that before.
Yeah, you're imagining things, Marty. I was just paying attention because I like the song. It has a really good orchestration.
Orchestration, huh?
Shut the cluck up, Marty.
Okay. Keep your feathers on. Honestly, I thought you forgot how to breathe for about
Thank you,
2
Crash
minutes.
Test Dummy.
Marty, if you don't stop, I'm gonna peel your feathers off and cook you as a delicacy.
All right. It's just too good. Honestly, I thought you forgot how...
That's new. Or that's starting to repeat again. Okay.
Why do I feel like I'm never gonna forget this sign?
Because you have a photographic memory?
You moron. Fillmore looks a bit soaked, doesn't he?
Well, it is raining.
I didn't mean the rain, Marty.
Soaked.
Yeah, I
Drunk. He's got a snoot full. He's shithoused. 3 sheets to the wind.
Still, let's ask him what he saw. Maybe he can tell us something useful.
If the old man still sees anything, eagle eye or not.
Hey, old bird. What are you waiting for out here in the rain?
Is that you, boys? I'm a little, tired.
I can see that, pal.
Oh, it's all right. I just can't find my car. I don't see very well in the rain. My eyesight's pretty bad. I should wear glasses. Imagine that. A hawk wearing glasses.
Yeah, it's funny.
There ain't nothing funny about it, Snowflake.
Whoa, all right, sorry.
Have you seen Natasha or Ibn since we left?
Ibn? He scuppered off a long time ago. Natasha, I haven't seen her.
Thanks anyway, pal. Good luck with finding your car. You want some help?
Could it be that I didn't come here by car? What do you think, Sonny? Old friend?
Well, I wouldn't know that, Phil, but you take care, all right?
Ah, you're telling me? Oh, that's funny. Sonny, pal, listen.
Tell me, Phil.
I like you. Really, I do. So listen here. Whatever happens, you hear? Whatever happens, never fall in love with that woman.
You mean Natasha?
Who else would I mean, bird brain?
Okay, Phil. I promise.
Like hell. Maybe I came by bike.
Bike, huh? I have a hard time imagining that, pal.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Maybe you flew, huh?
Don't you provoke me, Marty. You hear?
Hey, I was just kidding. Don't peck off my tail feathers, brother.
Anything else?
Maybe.
Nope. Okay.
Hey, boys, tell me, is Natasha still inside?
I can't give you any information about that, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Ah, the regulations. I know. We've gotten used to it.
I am glad to hear that.
And your boss, Wessler? Can we find him in the VIP lounge?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that either.
But we can take a look for ourselves, right?
No problem, gentlemen.
Thanks, Wooly.
Your friend's not the talkative type, is he? He understands what we're saying, right?
Don't anger me, chicken, or I'll tear out your throat before you could say hemp seed.
Ha! Just try, Fleabag.
Hey, folks, relax. The night's still young. We'll have plenty of time to tear each other's throats out, but right now we're busy.
Huh. You're right.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
All right. Wow, that llama's got a nice body.
I can't stand that guy. Why doesn't he have his mane cut?
Stop being so old man. It's a different world now. That's a kind of fashion, you know.
Yeah, fashion. Hello again, Bojack.
Please don't call me that, sir.
Forgot.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Just fucks with
what's
him
your
the
name
whole
again?
time.
Well, if you really must know, I'm Lance, sir.
Okay, Lance. Listen, it's very important.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get me involved in anything. I just want to get my shift over with and go home to sleep. Relax. There won't be a problem. Just answer the questions honestly. If I must, let's give it a try.
Right, kid.
Lance.
Lance. Yeah. So, have you seen Natasha since her performance?
Oh, no. Don't ask me anything about Miss Kitsenko and Mr. Wessler. It could cost me my job or even more. Hey, it's a matter of national security.
It could be.
Yeah, see, it could be. So, if you help, you won't only be helping us, but the crown and the whole city of Clawville. Oh, okay, all right, just stop that chicken shit, will ya? I saw Natasha, yeah. She came down, spoke with someone, then stormed out the front door.
And then what happened?
She came right back in 2 or 3 minutes later, soaked to the bone. She was in a hurry. She went up to her suite, then came back down and left.
And you haven't seen her since?
I genuinely haven't seen her ever since, sir.
Thanks, Lance. You've been a great help.
Okay.
I'm happy to hear that. So Natasha had left.
Seems so, but she never arrived at the weekend house.
Then?
Then we'll stay with the original plan. We'll gather our thoughts at the office and go over everything we know.
Okay, Boss Bird, lead the way.
If anyone asks, Lance, we were never here.
Sure, sir.
Oh, he's got another lady around him. That big buck is doing well.
This guy was here before, right? He's handling it pretty well.
And there are even more pretty dames all over him. You think they dig his antlers that much?
More like his wallet, Marty.
Whatever you say, Sonny, what Natasha was doing on the stage, no man can ignore. Or woman, for that matter.
I didn't say I ignored it, Marty, but you gotta learn to separate the client from the job.
Ah, that's a cheap script, Sonny. You know the world doesn't work like that. And you definitely don't work like that.
If you say so. Bourbon Moon.
Okay. We've heard him sing before.
You think the guy's taking a shine to Olivia now?
Why should I care? And while we're at it, why do you care?
Me?
Oh, he used
I
to
don't
date
care at
Olivia,
all.
or he dated
Why
her
do
a
you
couple
ask?
times or something.
What? Stop bugging me.
Wessler's secretary could even know something useful.
So we meet again. How unpleasant.
I'm sorry, Olivia. We won't keep you long. Perhaps you could tell us if you've seen Natasha.
She hired you and you already lost sight of her? That's unfortunate.
We should have met her, but she didn't show up. Should we be worried?
Are you asking me that? I haven't seen her since she was on stage. Not like I was paying any attention to her or anything.
Thanks, sweetheart. We won't bother you anymore.
Thanks, Olivia.
Don't mention it.
Are you sure? Yep, I guess so. Okay. Moving right along. All right, we've seen all the movie posters. Monica is such a workaholic that she even moved into the block opposite the PD. But despite the move, she still sleeps at the station very often. Okay. Okay.
Phyllis and Roy's are nowhere to be seen. Praise the great wild ones.
Well, let's hope this is a good omen.
Maybe finally the pincushions have started to do something with themselves.
And maybe it's not a coincidence, since we've just found a dead body, Marty.
Yeah, what can I say? The night's starting to get off, huh? Just like the good old days.
Well, let's just hope there won't be any more surprises tonight.
You don't believe that, do you, boss?
Oh shit, it's the goddamn chief.
Officer Barkman, one of Blood Boil's little proteges.
Oh shit, she's got new stuff to ask.
I see the boss is ready to explode today.
What did you expect? The madness kicked in and he's got to be at the PD. Deputy Malloy's blind drunk.
What's the name of the old man's wife again? Poor lady.
Marcia. She was waiting here for a while too, hoping it'll only take a few minutes. But as soon as they saw the state Malloy was in, she got into a taxi and went home.
So that's why the old hound's so angry.
Please, boys, don't make him more so, all right?
Unfortunately, I can't promise that, doll.
As usual.
Look what we found, Mon. Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. Embossed, gilded. These are rare. But I've never seen anything like this one before. Where's it from?
I'm afraid that's a secret, at least for now.
You haven't taken vital evidence from a crime scene, I hope.
Oh, what are you thinking?
On my feathers. You're gonna be in trouble, boys.
Only if we don't wrap it up, Mon. Listen, Mon, that girl they found in Flowerville.
You've seen her, right?
Yes, we were first on the scene.
Boys, you know I should report you immediately, don't you?
We know, Mon. We're only asking for a little more time. We're hot on the trail. If you learn anything, would you, please tell us?
Are you crazy?
Hey, keep it down. Blood Boil's right behind us.
Please, Mon. It's a matter of life and death.
God damn. Okay, but only because I can see how much it means to you.
Thanks, doll. We'll be forever grateful. Good old Philmar hasn't been sniffing around here recently.
Yeah, he was here a week and a half ago. He used the archives and took out some public records.
That's all?
That's all.
What up, Bill Maddox?
And he asked me out for a coffee.
I hope you said no.
Why are you so interested, Marty?
No, I'm not. I just...
I told him no. Just like I told you no on all 25 occasions.
Glad
I like
to hear
Monica's
that.
voice too. She's great. Everybody loves her. She's an angel of the first degree.
Shouting in 3, 2, 1.
And action.
Martin, what the hell do you think you're doing?
We're just patrolling, sir.
At the station?
No, we're here for something else, sir.
You missed me, huh?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. I mean...
Why are you grinning, Santino?
I can't grin, sir. I have a beak.
Don't be cute. I can see it in your eyes.
Should I close them, sir?
Don't you peck at me, chicken, you hear?
We're not even here anymore, Chief. We just quickly stopped by for something.
Get out of my sight.
Yes, sir.
So we can't talk to him? Oh, we can. Okay.
You're on duty. Am I right, Martin?
Yes, sir.
Then why the hell are you standing here? Don't you have something to do?
I do, sir.
Then fuck off. And you, Sonny, don't even think about saying anything. I can already see you're dying to say something funny.
I wouldn't think about it, sir.
You're on duty. Am I right?
Okay. So we got some info out of her. Feeling pretty good.
Shouldn't you be somewhere else, Marty? I mean...
You know, I spend every New Year's Eve in here, Sonny. Ever since that New Year's Eve.
Okay.
It's better if I try to distract my thoughts.
You mean fire rounds all night long?
New codex entry, huh?
You drink, I fire. No offense.
No offense taken.
And you, boss? Do you still think about the Bloody New Year's?
Almost every day, Marty. Almost every goddamn rust-eaten day.
Okay. That New Year's. The bloody New Year's Eve. The night that changed Sonny and Marty's lives forever. It started with a strange call and an unexpected visit from a tigress, and ended in a hatching house where the duo had to witness an unprecedented massacre. Suddenly, Sonny became personally involved in the case when a strange figure in a top hat targeted his family, but escaped before he could have been apprehended. In truth, the case was never officially closed, but under the pressure of the Attorney General, the papers had reported the glorious triumph of the chicken police. This is where the legend originates from, started by an unfortunate lie. All right. So I think it's, yep, back home.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it.
Yeah.
But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it
Sam
secret
Spade
from
is
us?
on there.
But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far. So, how did this whole case start?
Oh, wow. Okay. This is new. How did the whole case start? Well, it started with Deborah and a note from the Czar Club. Or not. Oh. Strange threats. There we go. And then now what? Oh. That's it. Now what do I do? Oh. There we go. Oh, I gotta draw a thing. Okay. Natasha and the threats, but what's the connection? They make her suspicious. She's a source to them. They clearly weren't for her. They were clearly addressed to her.
Yeah, the threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that.
Okay. Okay. Now, what are they? They want an item there, right? No, they want an item. They want one of these. So it's not that. Can't, it's not that. Okay. Yeah.
But there was something Natasha didn't speak about.
Okay. Natasha didn't speak about
Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
What? What? Lewis?
But what could we do with this list?
Let's see.
I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end.
Okay. Case closed! What?
So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Filmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar!
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis.
God damn it, he fucks up his
Exactly.
name every time.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the bunny man?
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping he's here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Silence
Oh,
667,
you
thank you
are
for 40
professional,
months.
Boss Bird.
It's Lewis!
Look, I'm sorry I dragged you into this, Marty.
Ah, don't be. I would have been bored to death, still be on that shooting range.
And Laura, what about her?
She's used to it. Every New Year's the same. You know, since that
Nice,
special one.
Mars Raptor.
Don't say it.
A bloody New Year's. Yeah. So Laura's probably at home, waiting for me on the couch, staring into a candle and killing a bottle of wine. Or two.
You can get out of this any time. You know that, don't you?
If you start something, finish it, right? Let's just make it through alive, okay? Or Laura will bite off my head. Literally.
I'm on it, partner.
Five 932.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you. Again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Thanks, pal. I owe you one.
One? Just a second.
Just a second.
Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well,
these names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class, politicians, business people.
Lewis is going to help us, and then he's going to get a sniper bullet through the window that we have open.
Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
The cock is wearing a raincoat. That's a great one. Great notice there, Illmatic. All right, what do you know about Deborah Ibanez?
Deborah, the girl who came to me tonight.
I met her at JCPenney's.
She's a very lovely young
Her
lady.
name tag said
Where
Jenny.
did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville. Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
You took her to her death.
This?
This?
Oh, my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
What's the password?
Orgy.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel, but it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down, Lewis. We're not going to tell anybody.
Thank you so much. It is rather
Oh, is it a place where they dress as humans?
Listen, Lewis, how do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think.
All right.
I don't know what you said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately van disappeared.
Really? That's
a fucking
suspicious.
Porky Pig.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows. She was a dancer, then a backing singer.
A private dancer?
Star.
Dancer for money?
And then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy.
Do you mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly
really a dead
alias.
giveaway.
So it's possible
It's one
that
of
she
the
is a
more
part of the royal family.
Poorly done accents in the
I
game.
don't think so. Nobody could have survived that awful night.
You're probably right. What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species, yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
Well, I don't know what they have to say about these two old cocks, but I'd like to see what they have to say about
an old shaggy beaver.
The card we found on Deborah is a membership card of a luxury hotel, the Sweltering Nile. An almost legendary luxury brothel that is visited mainly by members of the upper crust, and by Lewis, as it turned out recently. Oops. Well, it seems old Thumper likes to kill time in a very luxurious way. All right, that's where we're going. Let's do it.
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Damn it.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, that drink hit the back of my throat and almost
long
came
legs,
completely
silky
out.
skin and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
Oh, detour. I got an achievement. All right, we're going to watch our blood pressure here. Ugh, excuse me. There's a dog dame.
These broads are elegant, just like Laszlo said.
Lewis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails, furry ears, a raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
But just think about it.
Please shut up, Marty.
Excuse me, miss. Are you the madam here? Because I'm in the mood for a
Nice cock.
and maybe.
An old shaggy beaver.
Can you help me out with that, perhaps?
She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for Stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
So he likes rings like I like freckles. A lot, I guess. Oh, his picture. Okay.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
Meow.
Damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
He said
Anyway,
chicken bumps.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
what the
it's
fuck?
really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, she's a very attractive gal, huh? And this photo is really something. Very, artistic.
You call that art?
This is what real art is about, Sonny. It's beautiful and mysterious.
Well, you should have seen the picture on Natasha's wall. Your heart would have skipped a beat for sure.
Wait, what picture? Talk to me.
Nothing. Forget it. It's not important.
Hey, you're not getting off that easily. I want to know.
No, my friend, you have to earn that.
You're a real bastard, you know?
I know, Marty.
And then some.
Maybe it is really her.
I don't even know. Good gods!
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like, shaggy. This picture, this one's really artistic for a change.
Ooh. Yeah, I like this one. No! I can't look at it! No! That could be my daughter! That could be my daughter, no! Oh, Lilith, what happened to you?
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Well, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
I think these are real pictures of real women with just like Photoshop stuff. So I don't think these are drawn. The faces are drawn, I'm sure, but.
Laura, 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 Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Laura, Laura, Laura.
That's it.
Okay. Look at that bird. Oh, it's a bird, fella.
Yee. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing?
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress.
I can't.
Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I,
All
your
I hear
mother?
is Elspeth now.
Do what you
from
want,
gone.
for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
Oh, I get. Oh, what? Did I fuck it up?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I try again?
If you'd really like to. Please be more careful this time.
I will be, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
Anything else?
May I invite you gentlemen for a drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an odd minigame, for sure.
May I invite you gentlemen?
Okay.
I think she must be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean.
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome to the sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah? We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
You hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
Anything you want. Trash Hunter popping in with 5 gifted subs. Oh, Trash Hunter, you're always so generous, but I gotta tell you, you're
an old shaggy beaver.
That's right, you are. But you've got a
nice cock.
That's true. Thank you very much, gifting out subs to Travers Jenkins, Remnant Tech, DMG Control, or Damage Control, Finger Puppet Zombie, and Uznamir. Hail, Berserkers! Appreciate that, Trash Hunter.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am. Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
Does he like to...
I can't give you any information about
pound
that.
that
House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
What up, Lorg?
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
Nope,
I
clientele.
do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you. Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Much obliged.
May I invite you gentlemen?
Beauty is...
How young is this girl? Damn.
This place is clucked up.
Do you think...
Don't worry, she's 3.
They're forced to do this?
Marty, we're not here for that. Just for the information we need.
Yeah, but... You know what, Sonny? We're fortunate to be able to choose what we do with our lives, huh?
You are, Marty. You have the chance to work with Santino Featherland. Me, on the other hand...
Aha.
Is he a bouncer or a guest? I'd rather not ask.
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
So you were successful.
That's what she said.
My mistress, Madame Zaiwas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Zavos?
As far as I know,
Alligator
there's
or
only
crocodile?
one of her, so...
I don't know.
Yes,
Please, miss, take us to her.
with pleasure.
Madame Zavos was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spymaster, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
Oh, that's her.
What a painting. Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
Man, that's a nice crock.
Yes, this is the Zaiwas from the legends. Beautiful and deadly.
Fuck you, that was funny.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Yes, bring on the crock of shit jokes. A dead clock? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hook's afraid of an old dead croc.
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
So it's 11:45, huh?
There's something weird about that clock. There's something...
Okay. Every kind of book. Wowzers. Okay. Owls don't blink.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics. There are books here.
Okay. Slime and punishment.
There are books.
Death of the horse.
There are books.
49 years of the reptile.
There are books.
One key to the animal mind.
There are books.
Okay. I'm just making sure there wasn't a special one that had a different thing of dialogue here. Okay. All right, let's talk to her. Look at her first.
So she is the legendary Madame Zavos. Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the chicken police is always one
no, ma'am,
step
we're just
ahead
friends.
of the chicken police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but, as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
All right. We got lots of new stuff here. The legendary spy and courtesan, Madame Zaiwas, runs the brothel. We'd better be careful. Her reputation is known all throughout the wilderness. Madame Zaiwas, crocodile. Her smile is fake, her story is fake, but the danger is real. Madame Zaiwas is a spy and a courtesan who was already a legend when I was still just a little chick. There were tales about her beauty and her lethal coldness. Time never stopped for her either, but she doesn't seem any less dangerous than what the legends say. Now she spends her days as the owner of the luxury brothel, the sweltering Nile. Day-night diamond, zebra, beautiful, calm, and professional, and probably a courtesan. Pretty zebra receptionist behind the desk at the Nile. Filling up my book. There we go. The Nyla Naite Nilanite, or whatever, is an ancient culture gone extinct. It used to be a huge, substantial empire in the southwestern tropical region of the wilderness. One famous, still living representative of this culture is Madame Zaiwas, the legendary spy master and courtesan. What do you know about the strange card?
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so.
No.
Yes, thank you. Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes, but I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful.
Oh, shit. There we go. We open up the interrogation.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
All right. Time for get my question shoes on. Let's go.
Deceit is everything to Zavos.
Zavos,
She used
damn
to
it.
be a spy, so I'm going to take her every word with a grain of salt.
All right. She doesn't like me already, but we'll change that.
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavos? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
So as far as apex predators go, there's crocodiles and great whites that haven't had to evolve for millions of years. Is there any other ones? Because those are the only ones that I can really think of. Polar bear? I don't know how long it took or how long ago polar bears evolved from brown bears. Dragonflies. Okay. About 50,000 years, okay. Because they're already a perfect killing machine, Lana! All right, so. Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well, isn't that right? Yes, I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world: to keep the peace. Yes, I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
That was a plus 10. So she's deceptive, she's a survivor, and she's protective. Okay. Let's see. What is the sweltering now? Literally just look at your brothel. I'll ask you this one.
Why is the identity of the card's owner so delicate, Miss Zavos?
You know, in my line of work, discretion is above everything. Yes. But of course, I have my own interest, like everybody else.
You mean every secret has its price?
Precisely, Mr. Featherland. But the price is not always measured in money.
Information. The most valuable thing for a spy.
I'm not a spy, Mr. Featherland, but in a way, you're right. A secret is such a valuable thing that I only exchange one secret for another.
Well, that was plus 10. Okay.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question, Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler.
Yep.
He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed.
Oh, we need to change that alert.
Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zavos is a true survivor, always was, and she's proud of that even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
All right. J-Line, thank you for the 300 bits. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. All right, she's a true survivor, always was, and she's proud of that even today. Maybe if I can trust me, I would play this part of her. Play to this part. Okay. Survivor. I think that's it. Why did you take her in? Maybe start yourself in her.
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night.
17? That's
I opened the door
old
myself.
Fucking cat.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No. It didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see.
Oh, yeah. Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Zavos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Okay. Did it occur to you, can I explain Evan's relationship? Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
Have you kept in touch?
Only occasionally, Mr. Featherland. She writes to me every few weeks, and very rarely we talk on the phone. But I haven't heard from her in weeks. The truth is, I've started to worry about her.
Did she give no sign of being in trouble?
Never. No. Natasha's not the kind to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself.
All right.
When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavos?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Who could she be in love with? I don't think it was Ibn. Maybe it was... Maybe it was Ibanez. Maybe she was in love with the Impala.
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
Beaver?
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes.
I feel like I'm 100%ing this.
This isn't about me,
I feel like this is going
Please
very
stop
well.
Changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Yeah, 100% living legend. Perfect job. Exactly how you done 10 years ago. Natasha worked at this facility, now a brothel, before Ibn Wessler discovered her and got her out of there.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest.
I'm a perfect dick
Even her
and a
smile is
nice
fake.
cock.
This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
Perfect. All right.